Welcome back to the channel, folks, and welcome to another TWITS, this week in the saddle. Hey kids, it's Mr. Fly here, hope you're well, and welcome back, as I say, to TWITS, this week in the saddle, the occasional series here on the channel where we take a look back at what I've been doing in the world of motorcycling over the past week. As ever, I've got an absolutely packed show for you, so grab yourself a brew, strap yourself in, and let's start, shall we, by taking a look in the garage at the bikes I've got on loan at the moment. So, welcome back to my garage, folks, and I have to say, I've got an absolutely packed garage at the moment in terms of loan bikes. Now, I try and only get in one loan bike at a time so I can, give each bike the time that it deserves. But at the moment, I've unusually got three in. So, quite an eclectic mix of different types of bikes. As you can see, we've got the brand new BMW R1300RT. We've got the absolutely gorgeous looking BMW R12S, which is the sort of, as you can see, retro sporty looking thing. It's absolutely lovely. And over the back here, we've got a scooter. This is the Honda Forza 750. I'm a big scooter fan, and this one is an absolute corker. So there are videos coming up on all these bikes soon. Let's just show you each of them just briefly and some of my sort of initial thoughts on these bikes. Right, first up, the mahoosive BMW R1300RT, an absolutely incredible touring bike. This has been kind of top of the touring charts for the last, 15 years, something like that. I've always been a fan of the RT, and I'm a big fan of the new BMW R1300 engine. So in this setup, it should be a winner. The looks of the bike radically changed. In fact, it's a completely new bike over the old RT. Lots of stuff to talk about on this. Lots of videos coming. I've ridden this a lot, and I'm planning to ride it a lot of the weekend as well. So I'm going to have a really good in-depth review coming of this bike in due course. So if you're interested in the RT, stick around and stay tuned. My initial thoughts though were, do I like the looks of it? I'm not sure. I'm still kind of jury's out. I think it's all right. I think it's okay. What BMW have done is a better job of the radar for the cruise control, for the adaptive cruise control. It sort of fits into the front end a bit better than I would argue it does on the GS. This particular model has got everything thrown at it as press bikes often are. So this is the RT LE ASA, I think is its full title. It's also got the option 719 stuff. It's got the full luggage, that sort of thing. It's interesting. It doesn't say BMW on the side particularly much, just says RT quite subtly. Not sure about this particular colour. I don't think I'll go for that one. Massive screen, huge TFT, things like radio built in, if that's important to you. It's not to me. Massive panniers. I must say the panniers are hugely improved. One thing I don't like about it is to open this this rear top box, you have to turn the ignition on before you can actually press the button and unlock it. So still BMW haven't quite got the luggage right on the new R1300s. But there we go. There's the new RT. I think it's a handsome looking bike. Interested to hear your thoughts, or if you've got any specific questions about it or things you'd like me to cover. I do aim to do a bit of a test with Mrs. Fly on the back. I've got the okay from BMW to take her on the back. It does look good, doesn't it, on the back there? It looks pretty comfortable, so we'll get her view on it as well. Also, I'd like to try and ride it at night as well and just see what the light's like. So that's the RT. Videos coming on that soon. Moving on then to this absolutely gorgeous looking beast, the BMW R12S. Now this is the latest in their lineup with the bikes that replaced the old R9T. Now I have ridden the R12, I can't remember what it's called now, the R1290. But to be honest, I didn't like it as much as the original R9T. There's just something about the styling which wasn't quite as good. However, this particular variant of the bike, absolutely stonking. I think this looks absolutely gorgeous. They've done a few changes on here. Things like the, this has actually got the option 719 bits on the end of the engine, but it's got this sort of crackled finish on here. Even though this is the old school boxer engine, it's got the same sort of crackled finish as you get on the new 1300s. It's got a load of rock and roll when you start it up, of course. What they've done about this that makes it completely different to the other retro bikes in their range is they put this fairing on. I think it transforms it. I think that fairing looks absolutely beautiful. Some lovely little touches like the mudguard stays. It's just a beautiful thing to look at. Shaft drive, of course, absolutely stunning wheels. Look at these. These are all machined in here. Looks absolutely beautiful. Lovely paint job as well. But the only downside with this bike is it is expensive. I haven't actually ridden it yet. I'm going to do my reviews on this one next week. But really cannot wait to have a go on it, because this sort of bike, I love a retro me, and this is absolutely right up my street. But without looking it up, it comes in at something like, well, it's over 16 grand for the basic bike. That's before you add all the blingy bits. So it's an expensive proposition as a retro, but yeah, lovely looking thing. And again, if you've got any specific questions or things you'd like me to look at, let me know in the comments below, and I'll try and cover it off in the reviews I do on this bike in the coming weeks. Right, last but not least, this is the Forza 750 from Honda. I love a scooter, me. If you just want practical two-wheel transport, it's hard to beat a scooter, although for some reason in this country we haven't embraced them like they do in mainland Europe. Maybe it's because of the weather, maybe it's because of the reputation they have, I don't know. But the Forza 750 I've been really impressed with. It kind of competes with the Yamaha T-Max X-Max that I had a while back, but this is about £4 cheaper. As far as I can tell, there's nothing that this doesn't do that the Yamaha does. I kind of describe this in my review, which will be coming up soon, as kind of like a mini Goldwing. Super practical, you can get a helmet under the seat, it's dead comfortable, it's got all sorts of facilities on it, and it goes really nicely and it handles well. I think it looks good too. So Forza 750, if you're a scooter fan, videos on that coming up soon. All right, so much for looking at loan bikes in the garage, but what about the bikes I own? What I've been up to on those this week? Well, one of the things, and this is a first world problem I entirely get, but one of the things I often moan about is that when you own a number of motorcycles, there's always something you have to do. There's always something that needs an MOT, a service, taxing, insuring, whatever. So it's quite difficult to keep on top of all that. This time round, it's the turn of my Kawasaki Z900 RS SE. So I took a little ride out on that earlier last week.
I can't believe I've had this Kawasaki Z900 RS for 2 years already. Absolutely incredible. Where does time go, eh? I don't know. Anyway, 2 years, well, slightly over 2 years actually. I got this in July 2023, and well, it's August now, so it's a month over its service due. Actually, I might have got it in June because, of course, you do the 600 mile service, don't you? And then you do a year service after that. Anyway, the last annual service was done end of July last year, so I'm a couple of weeks late getting this one done. Unfortunately, the local Kawasaki dealer really booked up in terms of servicing, to the degree that you can't get it serviced till like October. So I've decided to go to see Nigel, my local independent serviceman. He looks after all my bikes anyway. I was in two minds as to whether to go to an independent with a bike that's still under warranty, but I don't think there's any legal reason why you can't do that. There used to be that thing, didn't there, where if you didn't go to a dealer, then your warranty was no longer valid. I don't think under, well, I think it was European law. I don't know if it still applies in the UK, but I'm sure it does. But I clearly don't know what I'm talking about, but I think it's fine getting it done by a non-dealer. I trust Nigel, he knows what he's doing. The bike will be serviced. I will have a receipt, you know, an invoice that says I've paid for it to be serviced, so that's good. Because I think the most important thing you have to do with any vehicle, be it bikes or cars when you have them, is make sure you absolutely get them serviced at least every year. It'll be interesting to see actually when I pick it up whether it feels any different, because that's the other thing with modern cars and bikes these days, is they don't always feel different once they've been serviced, do they? We shall see shortly. Anyway, in terms of mileage, just looking at the odo here, look, 2,999 miles, so 3,000 miles this bike's done in 2 years. And I did check the service details when I took it for its last service. It had done 1,500, so that's pleases my OCD a treat that I've done 1,500 miles a year on this bike since I've had it. I know that doesn't sound like a lot of miles, and along with people telling me that I'm a rubbish rider and don't know what I'm doing, I also get told that I don't ride enough because I only put 1,500 miles on the bike in a year. Of course, what these people forget is that I have a number of other motorcycles too, and also a road loan bike, so that is not my total mileage for the year, obviously. Anyway, I've done 1,500 on this. So I suppose really I should make a video talking about doing like a 2-year ownership review. I still feel like it's a new bike. I still feel like I'm in the honeymoon period with it. I absolutely love it. When I first rode a Z900 RS, I instantly fell in love when they first came out, which was probably about 5 years ago now. And it took me 3 years to get into a position to actually buy one. I'm so glad I did. I've described this before as the best retro that money can buy, and I stand by that statement at this time. It's a lovely thing. Now when I bought it, it was weird because I kind of fell out of love with it a little bit. I just felt it was a little bit bland and lacking in soul, but once I put on the Delcovic headers, which is what makes it sound so good, it just added some character and pizzazz to the bike. Just made me fall in love with it all over again. So I couldn't recommend those enough. I mean, they are loud, but they're not so loud that you can't get on with them. I always wear earplugs anyway, so It's not too loud for me and my helmet. Just got to be a bit mindful of the neighbours if you're leaving early or something. The bike is so smooth. Sounds great with the 4-cylinder engine. Oh, look at the size of these haystacks these days. They're getting massive, aren't they? Anyway, I digress. Yeah, it sounds great. It's lovely and comfy. Lovely riding position. Big old padded seat. It's how a motorcycle should be. And also have those SW Motac panniers on here, the soft panniers. And they've really added a lot of functionality to the bike. So when I took it to Spain last year, I was able to carry stuff when I was out for the day. And I'm thinking about whether to take it to Spain again next winter. In my mind, I'd like to take the Street Fighter, but there's a couple of reasons against that. And one is the fact that it doesn't have any baggage capability, so I won't really carry stuff if I go out for the day or if we go for an overnight somewhere. Also, the Street Fighter doesn't have any nav or even a USB port that I know of, so I couldn't plug in my ALG. You see I've got the ALG C3 here, link in the corner if you want to get yourself one of these for 75 quid, absolute bargain. And that's 22% off the price, by the way. TMF22 is the code to use. I absolutely love this thing. I've made videos about it before, and I'm not trying to do a big sales splurge. Well, I suppose I am, but it's a great unit. People have asked, is it bright enough? Does it stand up to weather? Well, I've had this now for probably 6 months. Used it in all sorts of weathers. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm not a big fan of nav units like that on a retro bike, but if you do need to do some navigation, which I have done recently on this bike, then it's brilliant to have a full sat nav on it. But yeah, at the moment, no intentions of getting rid of the Z900 RS. Great bike, still love it today as much as the day that I put my deposit down on it. I think it looks absolutely cracking. It's comfy, it sounds great. What more do you need of a bike? Anyway, we're off to Nigel's, get a service. Always good to get some new fluids on board. And yeah, I'll pick her up later on today, see if she feels any different at all. Yeah! If a bike puts a smile on your face, you know you've got the right bike, don't you? Morning, gents. Morning. A few more early riders out. Right, it's 5 hours later. Nigel has worked his magic. Let's see if it does indeed feel any different from when I brought her in. Now she's got our new fluids, etc. on board. Are they coming? Does that feel any different? Actually, you know what? It might feel a little bit smoother. Yeah, I didn't expect to notice any difference whatsoever after service, but it does actually, having, you know, given I've ridden this just a few hours ago, so I remember how it felt, it probably does feel a little bit smoother. Just the difference that a bit of new oil makes, I guess. Anyway, that's another bike up to date. Very happy about that.
Right, one of my bikes that has been extricated from the garage this week is my Royal Enfield Interceptor, my custom bike. I've decided it is absolutely a keeper, that machine. I've spent too much time, money, trouble. You know, my life is kind of invested in that bike. It's an absolute keeper. But it's not absolutely perfect yet. Custom bikes are always a bit of an ongoing project, aren't they? And there's a few little things I'd like to get changed on the bike now I've had it for a few years. So I've decided to do that. So I packed her in the trailer and I took her off. Let me show you this little video now. Morning folks, you join me on the M40 in the car. Obviously I've got the trailer on the back. I don't know if you can see it out the back there. Can you see it? Or maybe you see it in the mirror. I don't know, maybe not. Anyway, I got the trailer on the back because in the trailer I've got the Royal Enfield, because today I'm going down to Twin Things Customs in down at a place called Horndean in Hampshire. I'm going to drop the bike off for a few mods that I want doing on the bike. So it's about a 2-hour drive. Should be there hopefully if the traffic's all right by about 11 o'clock-ish, and drop the bike off and see if they can do the mods I want. So very exciting times ahead with the Royal Enfield. Okay folks, welcome to Hampshire. I've made it to Twin Thing Customs Motorcycles. Let me introduce you to Luke. the owner here. Hi, Luke. Lovely to meet you again. Good to see you. And well, first of all, we've got my Enfield in here, which we talked about, the work we're going to do.
We've just been spending about 30 minutes having a talk about it.
Yep. Nothing that seems outrageous that you're not going to manage?
I don't think so.
All good?
I don't think so. All manageable, I think.
Excellent.
So Andy wanted the engine to go black.
Yep.
So we're going to take that out, have it vapor blasted and Cerakote it black.
Sounds good.
And then
front end tidy up is,
We're just going to tidy up. We're going to change the handlebars, get rid of these extensions here, so just make it look a lot more cleaner.
Yeah, they look all right when you're sat on it, but when you're around the front here and you start to look here, this is all a bit of a mess, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I've seen some of your other work. We'll look at some of the other bikes in a minute, and they always look very tidy to me.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
That's all right.
And then we wanted to just extend the side stand here as well. So hopefully what we'll do is cut that, weld another piece into the middle, and then get rid of the high heel here.
Perfect. That
so
club foot has annoyed
better.
me for months. Excellent. So brilliant. Look after me, baby. But while we're here,
yes,
I'm looking at some other lovely bikes. In particular, this. Can you tell me about this one? What's this?
This one.
Yeah.
This is a Yamaha. It's quite a rare one actually. It's a Yamaha XVS.
Right.
They do lots of 125s, 650s, and 1100s.
Yep.
But this one is a 250. So a little bit
Wow, that is unusual.
rarer. Yeah.
Nice.
And we built this one, I think, must have been about 3 years ago.
Yep.
And we've just brought it back off the customer because he's off to another country.
Wow. So is this going to be for sale eventually
This
then?
will be for sale, yeah.
Yep.
We're just going to do a full service on it basically.
Yep.
And make sure she's roadworthy, get her MOT'd, and then she'll be up for sale.
Lovely. Looks lovely, doesn't she?
Thank you very much.
Wow, I do like that. I'm loving this chrome work. Now,
Cool, isn't it?
now I'm thinking, do we do black? Do we do chrome? No, we'll go black.
Go
We'll
black,
go
go
black.
black,
Yeah.
Andy.
What else we got in here then? So that bike there looks interesting. What's that?
That isn't actually ours, that's somebody else's build.
Right. Okay.
And they brought it in for us to have a little once over, basically.
Okay.
So yeah.
We won't focus on that then if it's somebody
We won't
else's.
focus on
Okay.
that one, 'cause that's
What
not
else we
ours.
got? Okay.
These two, well, this is the bigger daddy of that one. So this is an 1100 Yamaha XVS.
Yep.
And that's in here to be customised into a bobber.
Right.
So that will be, I think, when is that? That's not next month, but the month after. So that'll be October's build.
So that's going to be like the big boy version of that.
Of that, exactly, yeah. So
Wow.
that overall look
On
but
that.
with the bigger bike. Yeah.
And how long would a transformation like that take? I know it's obviously in here already.
It's here and there, depending what the customer
Yeah.
wants. But usually it takes somewhere between 4 to 6 weeks, dependent on what actual work needs to be done, whether parts arrive on time, and obviously other little factors as well. But usually we can get it done. We say usually between 4 and 6 weeks.
Perfect. All right. And in terms of my bike, we're looking. I mean, there's no rush as far as I'm concerned.
It's not a rush, is it?
No,
So
no.
what we usually take on 2 builds a month, but
Yep.
this is a little bit of an extra work.
Yeah.
So
Well, keep
yeah.
it as long as you like. So we'll see you next year.
Okay,
No
fine,
problem.
deal.
Lovely. Well, thank you, Luke. Thank you
That's
very
all
much
right.
for having me, and
No worries,
look
Andy.
forward to seeing what you do with it.
Excellent.
So I'm done from Twins Things Customs, and it turned out I looked at a little map, and I thought, you know what, that's quite close to somebody I know where he lives. So guess what? Guess who lives near Twin Things Customs? None other than it's Chopsy again.
I'm eating a chip.
So this is the second time in a week.
And we haven't seen each other for 6 months before.
I
This,
know,
have we?
or maybe
And
6 years.
Maybe, yeah. And now here we are, sharing another lunch together.
At a pub, yeah. Now, we must point out to viewers, we're both on a bit of a health kick, having seen ourselves on the last video. And we've decided to share a bowl of chunky
Yeah,
chips.
see?
Right.
And both those pies weren't for me, by the way. Those who said they were last time.
Well, I'll let you decide. Anyway, you're looking very slim compared to last week, John.
Compared to you, maybe. Not about last week.
Where's your at, anyway? Have you ever appeared?
I didn't know I was going on camera.
Did you know?
Camera prep.
I didn't know he was bald, did you? Incredible. Anyway, I thought we'd say hello to John, but we've said hello. We're now going to eat our steak doodah.
Exactly.
So enjoy.
Enjoy. I will.
And
don't you worry.
should we do a little score at the end? No, it's not all that.
Never mind.
Right,
let's just
we'll
enjoy
get on and
Let's
eat
just
it.
enjoy it.
Ciao. So it's lovely to see Chopsy again, having taken the bike down to the Portsmouth area. So yeah, great. And that's I think that means he's been in probably my last 3 videos, which is a bit of a record. You won't be seeing him again for a little while. We need to give Chopsy a rest for a bit. But it's always good to see your biking mates, isn't it? And talking of which, and thinking about the bike we saw earlier in the garage, the new BMW R1300 RT, me and Mrs. Flyer have been away this weekend on that. Went to visit some riding buddies, and we took a little bit of a video while we were down there to show you.
So folks, you join us on a little ride out today, somewhere that we don't ride very often actually. We're in the depths of Essex, just in the outskirts of Colchester at the moment. Got Mrs. Flyer on the back of the bike. The bike I'm on is the brand new BMW R1300 RT, of which lots more later. I've got reviews coming up on this bike on the channel. And ahead of us you see our riding buddies John and Kim on their BMW GSA 1250. And as I say, we don't know this area very well in terms of riding around it, but John and Kim do, so we're looking forward to seeing some really nice places today, hopefully. It's surprisingly picturesque in Essex. So we've just ridden through an example of one of the lovely little Essex villages. I've no idea what it's called, I'm afraid, which is pretty remiss of me. I didn't see a village sign, but really nice around here. We'll be seeing lots of Essex villages today, I think. Lovely church. Oh, Mrs. Flyer's just sneezing into the mic. We've got a new intercom on the go. We've got our Schubert helmets on, but we've swapped the Senna comms for the, I can't remember what it's called, Cardo. That's it, we've got Cardo comms built in now, and I have to say it's a lot easier to use than the Senna, and it's a lot better quality. So now you get the choice. If you get yourself a Schubert helmet, you can have Senna or Cardo depending on what your preference is, and having tried both, I would say definitely go for the Cardo. I don't know what's happened to summer. The weather's definitely taken a little bit of a dive. In the last few days we've had loads of really hot weather in the UK, and now this week the forecast is all going downhill a little bit. It is going to be dry today, but as you can see it's quite cloudy, although it's still quite warm, so it's alright for riding purposes. I've ridden this big RT now quite a lot. I've had it for nearly 2 weeks, and as I've mentioned, I've got a couple of reviews coming up on it, so I'll save all the detail for them. But I've ridden it on all sorts of roads, motorways, Nadgery, windy roads, long distances. I've done several hundred miles on this, way more than I would on a normal test bike, because I thought this is a bike that probably viewers of my channel are going to be quite interested in. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, because there's going to be plenty more coming on this RT. And it's quite an interesting bike. I've kind of changed my mind about it from when I first rode it. Whilst it does some things extremely well, there are other things that are very frustrating about it, and I shall go into all those details in my in-depth review. But today is all about the riding. We're off to find some picturesque places, some cafes and that sort of caper, and then my mate John ahead has bought himself a new bike. It's 1250 GSA. He's got one of the last ones off the production line. It's a 2024. He's taken a bit of a leaf out of my book actually and blacked it all out, and it's looking really mean. So I'll show you that bike when we get a chance to stop. It's looking really cool. So we've just arrived at a place called Heybridge Basin, which for us is very exciting because it's near the sea. And where we live, we're miles from the sea. So if we see any water or boats, we're always very happy about it. Now this could be quite a bit of a challenge. This is a big old heavy bike, 2 up. Let's see what happens. Alright, we're just parking. Fine. Alright, so bike's safely parked up. Let's go and see what Heybridge Basin has to offer us. Looks like there's a bit of a lock of some sort, always very exciting. Morning ladies. It's all very exciting, isn't it? Morning. What have we got here then, Carol? Tell us all about it. You've read the sign.
This is the Telma and Blackwater Navigation Sea Lock, opened in 1797.
Excellent.
And it's a sea lock as well.
Which means,
well,
it's in the sea.
It allows boats
from
over there to enter the navigation from the sea
to river. Yeah. Clever. Every day's a school day. Right, this place we're at, is it called Heybridge Basin? Isn't it?
Heybridge Basin.
And it's quite close to Malden, isn't it?
It is.
Which is famous for, of course, it's sea salt, isn't it? All posh restaurants have.
It is. I think you can see a bit of it down there.
Can you?
The foamy kind of. Is that it or no?
Oh, no, that might be something else. I think.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're saying Malden's over that way somewhere, is it?
Yes. So we're on like the estuary, I guess it is.
Yep.
And Malden's directly opposite.
And how do they farm the salt then? They just dry it out on like beds or something?
I might have to come back to you on that one.
Okay then.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
We know nothing about salt. I'm sure you do. It's not that exciting, is it, to be fair?
It's
good salt. It's good. We love their salt. We just don't know how they get it. Right, just got back to the bike, and in putting some stuff away, I actually dropped my helmet, not very clever, and snapped the mount off for the camera. So for the rest of this little trip, we'll just be doing bits to the camera, not on the bike. Sorry about that. All right, we've ridden on about an hour, John, would you say?
It has been now.
So
yeah.
unfortunately, we haven't, because I dropped my helmet, broke the
and the whole biking thing. Anyway, we've ended up here in Finchingfield, which I've been to before, but I've never videoed. It's a bit of a biking mecca, isn't it, John?
It is actually. It's pretty much the hub, central Essex, I guess it is.
And a lovely road coming in as well, although
Yeah.
we got caught in some traffic.
That road coming in, for me, is one of my favourites, and
Yeah.
also the one going out now we're about to do towards Silver Headingham as well.
You'll have to imagine what that's like. Anyway,
Yes.
since we last spoke, and we last spoke on the last TWITS actually, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
You've sold your bike and you bought a new one.
I did, yeah.
Show us it.
Well, it's exactly the same as the last one, but I clocked up so many miles. I just want the very last 1250.
Yep.
So this pretty much is, I think, 24.
It looks fantastic, doesn't it?
So I went triple black this time.
Very nice, very nice.
Spent my fortune.
Let's have a closer look then.
Yeah. So I went for the carbon.
Nice, bit of Chinese carbon.
It's quality Chinese
Nothing
carbon.
wrong. It looks good though, doesn't it?
It does actually.
I'm loving your gold wheels. I see you've got a mudslinger on again.
I have, and the hugger.
Yep.
I had powder coated all the engine bars, crash bars.
It looks fantastic. I think this is peak GS adventure.
I do.
So why didn't you go for the 1300? Because I know you're a fan of that. I know you complimented Really Good Dave's on his.
I did, yeah.
Yep.
It's no denying it's amazing to ride.
Yep.
But I just prefer the 1250. I'm quite shallow. I quite like looks.
Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Well, not that you're shallow, but I like the looks of the bike. Well, you are a bit shallow, like me. But yeah, it looks fantastic, and I love this colour here as well. It just looks better, doesn't it? It looks really good.
I've gone for the sporty Acro as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Watch your back. But yeah, it's perfect.
And you've got the Acura Povik as well. How are you finding that?
A little bit noisy, if I'm honest with you.
Really, do you think it's going to stay?
Nah, they're so easy to change, aren't they? Literally 2 minutes you take it off and swap
Yeah,
it. So
yeah,
I think
yeah.
for big tours I'll probably take it off. But
Yeah.
normal, everyday, I'll keep it on.
And you got the gold wheels again as well, so I'm very jealous again.
Yeah, I never really understand that, the triple black. I just thought they had black wheels, but
Well, there you
it's
go.
obviously a
Yeah,
choice.
looks good, looking good.
Don't look too close to my paintwork though. That's the only bit of the bike I painted myself.
I think it looks great. I think it looks good.
In the dark.
All right.
It's all right.
Cup of tea time?
Yes, definitely.
So sorry that little trip out on the RT got somewhat cut short thanks to my numptiousness and dropping my flipping helmet. How annoying. And breaking the bracket and my camera. You'll be pleased to know, look, since I got back, I have now refashioned and repurposed a new bracket, so we'll be good for the future, so don't need to worry about that anymore. Anyway, what I was saying, yes, the new RT, so I've ridden that a lot. I've had it for the last couple of weeks. I'm actually making my final review on that, which will be quite in-depth tomorrow, and that'll be coming up on the channel, together with some other videos on the RT in the next few weeks. So if you're interested in that bike, do stick around and stay tuned, because there's loads coming on that. It's been an interesting bike to ride. I've been really fascinating to, or been really looking forward to riding that bike for ages, because that's the sort of bike that appeals to me. But I've kind of got mixed views about it. There's some good things about it, and there's some good things about it. So stick around to the channel, to say, if you're interested in the new RT, because all will be revealed. Anyway, that's it for this TWITS. Thank you very much indeed for watching once again. I'd love to read your comments. Stick them down below, and I'll see you on the next video. Until then, this has been the Mist and Fly. Cheerio.